We're building the Golden Dome missile defense shield to protect our homeland and to protect West Point from attack. And it will be completed before I leave office. And you wouldn't think this, but our enemies are very unhappy about it. We're doing it because we want to be around for a long time.
It's perfect clockwork. It really is the way that they do this matrix. So Daniel 12:12 says, "Blessed is he who waits and arrives at the 1335 days." So if you turn that into years and you go back 1335 years, as I've shown, from 2025, you come to 690 AD, the Dome of the Rock. And what is it? It's the Golden Dome, right? The Golden Dome. And now they're announcing the Golden Dome. And as I've shown, if you multiplied 1335 twice, each number, 1 times 3 times 3 times 5, times 1 times 3 times 3 times 5, it's 2025. That's how I know. Yet another confirmation that they announced Golden Dome exactly 1335 years after the Golden Dome was put up in 690 AD, which they call the Dome of the Rock. It was 690, wasn't 691, 692. I know there's some debate about that, but this closes the argument yet again because of their announcement of another Golden Dome, right? So-called missile defense, and the numbers are just too perfect. One of the reasons that I'm showing you guys this is because it's all a conspiracy. It's all a plan. It's all a plan that's been in motion for thousands of years. Trump is no different from Obama, and Obama's no different from Bush, and Biden, that was probably just a bunch of people in masks. And it's all one agenda. And they're just going by their script. And it was even going on in 690 AD, because look, how perfect can this be? And again, it's spiritual. It's when you look in the Bible, you see God giving prophets knowledge of the future. And that's what the Bible shows us. Daniel and John and things like that. And they saw things. Well, you think these people don't get that kind of knowledge from Lucifer? They tap into the other side with their witchcraft. They see the future, they see the past, and they do these things. It's like clockwork.
We're approaching the dawn of America's golden age. It's going to be a golden age for America. The golden age of America begins right now. In the United States, we've launched the golden age of America. It's the golden age.
This verse is about the Antichrist, Daniel 11:38. But in his place shall he honor the God of forces, small g, and a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor, with gold and silver and with precious stones and pleasant things. Now let's take a look at Donald Trump's apartment. All that glitters is not gold, and no one subscribes to this maxim more than Donald and Melania Trump, who decided that to really make a splash, they needed to add diamonds. Oh, so gold and diamonds, just like we read about the Antichrist, to their 24-karat gold front door. The apartment overlooks Central Park from the top 3 floors of Trump Tower in New York. Floors 66, get it, to 68, and was decorated to emulate the Palace of Versailles, decked out in 24-karat gold, marble, and mirrors. Interesting, that whole mirror concept I've been showing you guys, right? It's not an apartment that Trump has ever been shy of showing off. And he used it liberally on many episodes of The Apprentice. Also in The Devil's Advocate, by the way. Get it? The Devil's Advocate? Yeah, that was his apartment. And what we see basically with all these guys is, these Antichrist and Antichrist figures is that they all kind of do the same patterns, right? Like some people would point out like the Vatican and the Pope, or the Queen Elizabeth, or just King Charles in general, like the kings and queens, They have this thing with gold and with precious stones, like a big thing with it. So they all, fit the same pattern. And that's what the Bible says, that there are many antichrists. But there will be one. But you guys have to understand, man, Trump is no different. He was one of them. He is one of them, if not the one. And he has a big old picture of Apollo in his apartment as well. Apollo, the sun god, all these Nephilim or half-breeds, however you want to put them, fallen angels, demigods, whatever. All these people are pagan, and they're Gnostics. They're anything but Christian. Another thing that comes to mind with all these domes being mentioned is biblical cosmology, true cosmology. The firmament, the flat earth, covering earth as a tent, Isaiah 40:22, and the sun, the moon, and the stars inside this dome. We live in a dome, and I think they do these things on purpose, right? To kind of tell people without telling them, right? Like the Golden Dome and the Dome on the Rock. Well, there's a dome over Earth too, like the Truman Show. So you got to kind of understand the way that they think and how they operate and what they're doing. They tell people things in riddles and mysteriously. Just like the Truman Show, the movie The Truman Show, they're showing people, kind of where they're at, kind of what's going on, that everything is, being controlled, the weather, and, people sometimes are in on it and keeping the deception there. And, they show the story of people like me and some of you guys out there when you find out about flat earth and the reality of the situation. You're like, what the heck is going on here? But it's all in the Bible.